I am the contrarian, and this is my world.
Hi, I'm Peter Bithas, CEO of Hook, and I'm here on The Contrarian to talk about the future of video in India and how to hook everybody in India up with amazing movies streamed right to your smart device anywhere in India.
The world of content streaming, entertainment, the minute you say that anywhere else in the world, the connotation is very different. The minute you say that in India, people start thinking torrents. Is that really streaming? Because that's the way I do it, right? Well, today I'm here to break that myth. I'm here to talk about a particular service called Hook that is also here to break that myth. What does it really do? Why India? And what will it do to change your life? That's exactly what we're going to find out on The Contrarian today. So about a minute to find out what's Hook and why are you coming to India?
Hook is a brand new service. There's really very few services of its kind in Asia today. And what we're aiming to do is bring the world of premium, quality TV and movies, a million great stories out there to every single person in India on their smart device, on their PC, when they want, how they want, where they want. And so we're an unlimited streaming service that offers an unlimited service for a monthly or a weekly fee.
So how is this different from, let's say, YouTube? For most people in India, streaming content is one word, YouTube.
Yeah.
So why is this different? What is it that I'm going to get from you that I cannot possibly get from YouTube?
Well, you know, YouTube's great. In fact, most of us, our first experience with video is probably a cat video on YouTube or, you know, top 10 funniest something or other, right? But if you really like quality movies and quality stories, you know, you're not going to go see, you know, Inception or Avengers or Spider-Man. You know, you can't find stories like that on YouTube. The only way to get a lot of these quality stories, be it great quality content from, say, from YRF or from Disney or from Hollywood, is really torrents, as you said earlier, or new services like us that make it affordable and make it convenient on every device when you want and where you want.
Okay, so let's explore exactly what we're going to get.
Yeah.
To those that actually are embedded in the torrent system, is the quality of what you're going to give us good enough for a person who's actually on the torrent world?
Yeah, in fact, it's even better. And here's why. Firstly, compared to, say, the torrent world, yourself, you may be quite familiar and au fait with how to use it on your phone. But for the typical user, to try and figure out how to torrent on their mobile phone and watch on their tablet and watch on their PC is not an intuitive experience. Someone has to teach them at the end of the day, right? What Hook offers is you download an app and immediately you're off and running. You just press play and it just starts playing on 5 different devices, and 2 people can stream at the same time. So the content is right up front. It's always quality. It's always the definition you want. It's high def or low def.
Okay, so we've understood what you're doing. We understood the quality of what you're getting. What's about the content that you will be able to give us that DTH and our cable service already isn't getting for us at a price that for most people is affordable?
We combine the best of Hollywood with the best of regional and the best of local, all with content you cannot find on either the free services or on YouTube. The second thing is we've done it as a really affordable price. So for 199 rupee a month, you can watch it on when you want, on whatever device you want, however you want.
Let's now understand that the infrastructure we were using is not typical infrastructure in India. Okay, so we had a great bandwidth on that one and everything streamed very well. Now let's understand for a typical user in India, it's 199 rupees and a sticker shock of everything that he actually used up as data that he downloaded at the end of the month. Now some people have unlimited bandwidth, but most people don't.
That's right.
And especially on the move, for the 2 devices that most people will consume it on, it's all pretty expensive,
That's
right?
right.
With
That's
3G and now prices for 4G.
Yes.
Do you see that to be a bit of a downer here?
Look, I think first of all, it's an issue that India and many other countries across the region has to solve. We need more bandwidth, and we need it at a more affordable price all across the region. But having said that, we have built our service specifically for environments like this. So the typical user, say in India, might not have always on bandwidth. And instead, they'll dip in and out of great quality Wi-Fi, for example, when they go to the mall, when they go to their friend's house. Maybe they're at a restaurant or a cafe or a coffee shop that has Wi-Fi. And what our service allows you to do is to take any pieces of our content and cache it and store it on your phone. And then when you're offline, or say you're in the tricycle, or you're in the motorbike, not driving, of course,
right.
Or you're in the bus or the train, you can watch it at your leisure.
But now let's get down to really the nuts and bolts of this. Why would you be coming up with a service which is predominantly in Asia? And off camera, just before we started, I went through a list of countries that you're already in and going to go to. Every single one of them has fairly similar problems. Bandwidth, piracy, very, very cheap content thrown by free apps, and a fairly good either cable or DTH service. By making this business model predominantly Asian and the countries you've chosen, have you tried to take the maximum amount of problems right in the beginning? I mean, was that part of the business model? Is that what you said? Was that how you sat down and said, can we do it the toughest way possible?
Yeah, actually, there is some logic to that. So I'll take the contrarian view.
Okay.
The contrarian view says, because the issues that we face in markets like India or Philippines or Thailand or Indonesia or Vietnam or any one of these markets are so difficult, the copycat model of me taking a model out of America or out of Europe and thinking that it will help the average everyday Indian won't work. You have to solve everything from bandwidth to payments to how you market to how you talk and how you content curate for the customer. We're designing our service hook ground up for the average Indian. We've got some basic features like the ability to download, like we talked about earlier, pricing, and then over time, we believe our innovation and the products that we have lined up are built for emerging market customers anywhere.
My last question, it's an important one, something that I personally also would like an answer. Obviously, 4G has become the igniter, it's become the catalyst. You're not the only company now that's going to be coming onto our Indian shores. Netflix, one of the biggest brands in the world today, the rumor now is very, very strong. In fact, we have it almost on file that they are coming. There are others now that are in the offing, and many will see your success and come in. How do you handle this? First of all, how do you handle a brand that is almost as recognized in India as it is abroad, a Netflix?
First of all, there is no bigger fan of Netflix than myself. I think it's a fantastic business and a fantastic customer experience. Netflix, though, is its own service for a very specific type of audience, typically higher end, typically those with credit cards, typically those can afford $6, $7, $8, $9, $10 a month. The aim for us is not to be Netflix. We have a mission, and our mission is to tell 1 million stories to 1 billion people. And we're built to be a service for everyone. And as such, we're out to get a different type of market than, say, a Netflix is. And so our aim is not to be Netflix. Our aim is to be somebody different. Our aim is to be Hook and to invite everybody across India to get hooked.
Okay. So the only part that I feel differently from you in this one is that then Netflix seems to be in a better position to come into a country like India because of the fact that those that have a credit card, those that can spend that kind of money are the ones that will already have the infrastructure to be able to stream down a product like Netflix. So aren't they in a better ecosystem? You'll struggle, but they'll just come in.
Yeah, but I think that's I'm going to take the contrarian view. That's actually a snapshot view of what the ecosystem's like right now. If you fast forward 2 years, 3 years, when half of India has a smartphone, when you have great quality 4G to many parts of the country pushing deep into the regions, and when the affordability is still not to $10 a month, then it's a very different landscape, and that's the landscape we are building for. So our view is now's the right time to start, so that 2 years from now and 3 years from now, our business can flourish in a very different way. And to take final analogy, you know, there's no better part of the ecosystem than the device ecosystem. You have Apple at the high end, but Apple at the end of the day is only a portion of the ecosystem. Android is a much deeper, broader, wider accepted platform for everyone. And I think it shows two different segments, two different models, both of which are incredibly successful.
All right, great. So let's do a final crystal ball gazing from your side. 1 year from now, if everything goes well, what do you think Hook will have in India?
Look, I think if everything goes well, we'll be the leading premium over-the-top service or premium video service in the marketplace with mass adoption. I think you'll see Netflix will be here, and many of your viewers in particular will be Netflix viewers, and hopefully I'll be back on your show talking about the success that we've had over the last year.
Absolutely. So let's make that a date. We'll see each other in about a year and talk about Hook, the first year in India, where we started it all on The Contrarian. And by the way, I'm glad this is over because you almost took over my role. You played the role of The Contrarian twice in the middle of this entire thing. But we'll see you soon and best of luck.
It's a date. Thank you.
So there you have it. It's streaming service. We in India now seem to be the place where everybody wants to come. And we're starting off with 4G. We're starting off with better infrastructure. We're starting off with Hook. We'll see you next week right here on The Contrarian.
I am the Contrarian, and this is my world.